All right, so here we go. We got a 2012 Yukon Denali, which is like one of the all the creature features on it. It's got leather seats, heated leather seats. It's got a heated steering wheel, heated mirrors, and all the little mirror thingies that tell you that you're moving. It's got the side telling you the car beside you. It's got a lot of bells and whistles and a few other trinkets. It's a heated steering wheel. It's showing 171,000 miles on it right now. It's a pretty nice vehicle, really. It's got an oil leak, and I'm going to get this thing in the air. This lift is a challenge to me. This is a Challenger lift, actually, but it's been a challenge to get used to doing this. I had a lot of rotary lifts. I've used different style lifts for a long time. I started in 1980 working on cars. That's how I paid the bills. I may be a little too close on this side. This rack seems a little narrower than some of them I've used, but it was a used rack we picked up from a guy that had bought it off of, I think it was an old Sam's Club. They took it out of Sam's Club. But it's going to serve the purpose for me. I just got to get used to where I set the car, how I get it on here, get the rack set up. It took me a few minutes to get to this point. I think I'm far enough forward. What I'm going to have to do is get underneath the vehicle, set these arms, and get them on the frame, get them where they don't hit the running board. Looking at this one, I was trying to get where I can get in and out the door. I may have to move it, but I think what I'll do is I'll use the floor jack to move it. I found me one of them here fancy devices. You guys are modern, you know, you live in a city. City folk got them fancy devices. I forgot about that. I'm going to set this thing up and see if it'll record, because I've been walking around with the phone in my hand. But I may have to use this floor jack to move the truck over a little bit. We're going to find out here in a minute. I'm going to get underneath there and see what I got and go from there. I will be back. All right, well, I'm going to put this on YouTube whether it's good or not. So I have to thread up that just a little bit to make sure it's even on both sides. Gotta get the sides even. This rack's totally different than anything I've used before, but that's just gonna be getting used to it. I do like the rotaries better. I'll give you that. This is an older rack. It was probably early 20s. I don't know exactly how old it is, but it's older than ones I'm used to using. All right. I guess, like I said, get wore out just doing it. But I need to do one more thing before I need to open the hood. I'll show you that later. Get the hood open. Everything, 6.2 liter. I believe it's LA. I'm not sure what generation. They got like generation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's probably 3 or 4. I'm not sure exactly what. Active fuel management, in my opinion, ruined the LS engine. All right, now I'm touching the frame. I got points of contact in 4 areas. Now we get to go to the roof. Take her up. All right, here we go. First floor, women's laundry. Second floor, men's apparel. Third floor, sporting goods. I need to make an adjustment to this rack. I gotta stop when I get up there. What you're hearing is a lot locks. They're not exactly timed the way they should be. I still got 4 points of contact. I'm good. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna go until I get underneath the car. I need to make an adjustment on the cable. I touch that up there. Top floor. Fine dining. Let's see where we click. I didn't hear it. There's that click. No, I'm going to take this down real slowly and lock it. Nope, gotta get there we go. Now, there we go. Now we gotta get it. Okay, so the vehicle is now locked. My light over here. Nope, not over here. Okay, so I'm gonna take you underneath the car. I gotta unplug you for a minute. Just plugged you in. Now I gotta unplug you. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get under there. I'm gonna get in front of the camera for a minute. I'm gonna get under the frame of this vehicle. I need to go that way just a little bit. I don't know how this camera's working. So they will, have to get down underneath here and find the frame, which is right there. Get over here to this side. Get everything out of my way. This is the shop to move everything. Do what you need to do. Move everything. Do what you need to do. So I'm gonna get the front end off the ground. I got to make sure if I'm under the frame. I need the front end to go towards you guys just a little bit. Almost that tire's off, so it moved. That tire's off. So what I'm going to do is move the vehicle. Okay, so I've moved the vehicle. Now, how's it look over here? That's better. It looks like it will clear the running board. Like I said, this rack seems a little narrow. Let's see what we got before I let this down. Maybe I'll go just a smidge more. Problem's getting in out that door right there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna bring it this way just a little bit more. I gotta get on that frame up there. So we're gonna do this one more time. This will work out in itself, just getting the rack, getting the thing on the rack. Actually, it's a lot easier once it's on the rack. Get over there. I'm close. I'm gonna let the rack jack down now. How many times have I racked the car up? A lot. A whole lot. And I taught students how to do it for 20 years. And we racked up a lot of cars. One of the first things we did when we got to the shop, went to the shop, was set the racks on the car and learn how to safely use jacks. All right, we good? Okay. Let's go check this back one back here. See what we got. Pretty close. All right, right there. So, I'm going to change the camera for this thing over here for a second. Bring it around this other side. Let's go over here. Hope I don't drop my phone. I don't know what you're seeing right now. All right, I'll set you up right here. And that should be, I'll go back just a smidge. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to raise this car up, this vehicle. It's got locks on it. So I got to make sure I hit. I got to make sure it engages the frame. So I'm going to go up pretty close to the frame. I got to double check my angles. That one needs to come in just a smidge. I wouldn't mind this one going out just a little bit. You know what, I think if I give it a couple cranks, it might help me on that running board up there. I don't want to hit the running board. So I've extended it, which I'll have to do on the other side, so you guys are just going to be patient with me. See, it takes a minute to get this set up. It's not easy. Oh, you know what? I need to plug my phone in because my battery's about dead, and it's going to be dead by the time I do this. I want to shut you off for a second and get that taken care of before I lose my battery. All right, well, I'm back, and I'm back underneath the vehicle. I've got it's more of an air deflector than anything. It keeps the air from going underneath into the engine. Well, here's our engine. It keeps the air going through the radiator, sorry. Okay, so my problem is right here. You see this line? This is the oil cooler line. I have had a lot of engines without oil coolers, and GM decided to put an oil cooler on them, but I've also had, every time I've had one of these vehicles with an oil cooler, it leaked. But right now we're looking at the front of the engine. This is your balancer. That is the power steering pump, your water pump, your AC pump right there. You got an alternator up there that charges your battery. Your radiator is right there. Cooling fans and all that stuff. This light, unfortunately, I set my little battery powered light down. I don't know what I did with it. It's somewhere in their shop. I'd set it down. But my goal today is to take them two lines off, and I am going to get rid of them. They're not going back on the vehicle. I got to get to that plate. Let's see if I can get, I don't know if I can do this. Man, I am going to have to take the drive shaft out. I did not want to have to do that, but I'm going to have to do it. So this is going to be bigger than I thought. That block right there with those two bolts, that's going to have a plate on it. The lines are going away. So anyway, I will be back in a minute. This recording thing is getting, I'm not used to this, but I will get to it. So see you in a minute. Okay, well, here's where I'm at. I don't have my light. The lines are loose. Let me grab this light. I got one I laid down. I can't find it. The drive shaft is out. Let me get a better light on this. And the oil block is loose. I don't know if I get a good, that block, the bolts are out of it. It's hanging off. The lines are loose up there. It was mounted to the side of the engine block right up here. And I had a heck of a time getting to it. But this camera's not really doing real good. So my next move is I gotta let this thing down and unhook it from the radiator, which the radiator's up there. I was talking about it earlier. I don't know how much of this I got, but the oil cooler is inside the radiator, but it's not connected to it through what am I trying to say? It just sits inside the antifreeze. It doesn't have antifreeze run through it, because if you get antifreeze and oil mixed together, you got problems. I'm going to shut this off. I got to let the vehicle down to get to the lines at the top of the radiator. One thing I do miss about the shop where I was teaching, I had a big drain pan. It was right underneath the vehicle. These are, it rolled up underneath here, and I could change the oil. That light's, I see what's going on. That light's blinding it. So I have to use these. But anyway, I'm going to let the car down. I'm going to get it. I have to crawl over the top of the hood and get that all done. I will talk to you all in a minute. By the way, this is what happens when you work on cars. I got some gloves on there. It's covered in grease. Okay, I've let the vehicle down, and I'm under the hood of it. This is the engine, as some of you I'm sure will know, some of you won't. But anyway, this is the alternator and all this stuff. Radiator's right here. This upper radiator hose. So the upper radiator hose right here. The oil cooler line is right. If I can get a picture video. Man, it's not very easy to get this in here. Okay, so this is the oil cooler line right here. And it's got a little cover on it. I got to get this cover off. I don't know if I can do this one-handed or not. And there's a little clip that I got to get off. Once I get the cover off. Okay, there's the cover. There's a little bitty wire clip inside of here. I got to pop it out. And I got two of them. I got one down there. One at the top. I got an inlet and an outlet. So these two lines, there's a tank inside of a tank. So there's a tube inside of here. It just sets inside the antifreeze, but the oil does not contact the antifreeze in any way. If it does, you have a bad engine. Your engine is done. I'm going to unhook these two lines right here, and it's going to be a big oily mess. If I had a better camera, I'd just take a video while I'm doing it. But anyway, I'm going to pop these two lines off. I've got them loose on the engine, like I said, down there. So I will do that, and then I'll be back to you in just a second. Okay, well, I got these little dad blame clips right here out. These are up inside that tube up in here. That's radiator hose. I don't know if I can do this with oh, it came out. All right, there's one. Let's see if we can get the other one come out. It's stuck down in that bracket right there. Come on, get out of there. It's loose. Come on, there it is. The lines are loose. Now I just got to get them out from the engine and see if I. And there's an oil dripping mess. Houston, we have oil. That's the only problem with doing this, because there is oil going to be dripping out of those. I'm not putting these back. These are done. Okay, so I've let the truck down on the ground, but I did not loosen it. I did not take it off the lift. The lift is still contacting the frame. But I've been teaching for 20 years, and I can tell you, if you let the truck down on the ground, recheck your lift and make sure your contact points, the truck hasn't moved forward or back or whatever vehicle you're working on, and make sure it's still contacted in the same place. This one has not been let down completely off the frame. It's still on the frame. So I'm going to go ahead and raise it back up because I got to get the lines out. I may have to use an unorthodox method, but I'm going to get those lines out from underneath that vehicle. I don't know if you can see this or not. I hate doing this with my hands because they're greasy. This is my unorthodox method. I'm cutting this dadgum thing. I'm done with it. There's one. Man, look at that oil. Houston, we struck oil. All right, let's do this one-handed here. There's one. This one I don't really probably need to do, but then just I'm gonna see if I can get it out the other way. There's the other one, done. Those lines are done. Now I gotta get them out this way. I gotta get this block out. So hopefully I'll be able to pull that out. I lost it. Where'd it go to? There it is right there. Let's see what happens. I have a feeling the procedure on this is gonna be pull the engine, lift the engine up, pull the front differential, something. But I'm gonna see if I can do this without doing all that. Lights off. All right, I'm gonna have to set you all day. All right, well, here we go. If you look right here, there's 3 pieces to this. Now that I cut it all, I'm not sure what the actual procedure for doing this is. I would have a feeling, because see, there's the unorthodox methods I used. You're either going to take this front differential out or drop it down, or you're going to lift the engine up, because that thing went up around the motor mount and everything else, and it wasn't going to come out without cutting it. So, but what I've done is, there's a plate right there. I have blocked that off and bypassed it so that we no longer have oil cooler lines on this vehicle. Is it going to blow up and burn up and all this other stuff? No, it's not. I've done it on other vehicles. I've got 2 5.3s up there at the top in my house that do not have oil cooler lines on them. I don't like oil cooler lines for that reason right there. They're a pain in the butt. And every time I've had a vehicle, if I could eliminate them, I did. There's a couple of vehicles you cannot eliminate them. But anyway, do it at your own risk. And now I got to put the drive shaft back in it. While I'm under here, I'll explain this. The engine turns over. You've got a crankshaft. Turns your transmission. Your transmission's got a series of plates and gears and fluid. And the fluid causes the plates to move. That goes into this transfer case right here, which has got a chain and gear. It goes through to the back, down here to the differential. And there's a gear inside there. And the differential turns. There you go. See how it's turning? And this one's turning the front drive shaft too. So this has got a 1-wheel peel. So that probably right there. I don't know if it's a limited slip in there or not. Back over here, I turn this wheel, that turns that drive. This shaft turns that differential, which has a gear in it, just turns the front wheels, and you're driving down the road. I don't know who's watching this, and some people may not know what's going on, but that's it in a nutshell. I'm going to shut this off. My hands are absolutely covered in grease, but I'm going to get this thing put back together. I got to check the oil. I'm going to let it down, check the oil, make sure everything's good, run it, make sure I don't have any leaks. I have cleaned it. I have dried it off with cleaned it with brake clean, dried it off with compressed air, and then I got to make sure everything's good, and we should be done with it. I don't know how many. I may have to add a quart or two. The radiator will be a problem. I'm gonna have to clean this out because it'll drip up there. That's a tank inside of a tank. So, all right, I'm done talking for right now. All right, I'm gonna tell you all, don't take my word on any of this stuff. I'm just doing it. This is my vehicle. I own it. Actually, it's my wife's vehicle. It's a wife mobile. But I have done this, but I don't take my word for it. I do want to say this, if you're using these lifts, and if you ever look at this, because if it's got a lift in it, I've had a lot of years of experience with lifts, and I've had a lot of lifts. Make sure everything's clear underneath this car. This should clear everything. I'm going to leave it here because it's a dripping mess. This is the bad thing about this procedure. It is an oily mess. But make sure your jacks are out of the way. Don't have battery chargers, anything that can be trash cans. When you go let this down, make sure everything is clear out from underneath this lift. Then you got to raise it back up and unhook the locks. So it's locked, and now I got to unlock it, I'll raise it back up. I'm going to pull the lock on it, and I'm going to let the pressure off of it. I'm going to go slow. It's a little nerve-wracking. You got a Suburban or something on these things, it can be a little nerve-wracking. Those things kind of move around a little bit. Pretty smooth, just comes right on down. I'm not going to kick it all the way out yet. I got to check the oil. I got to get the other reason I left it in there. I got to get there. Like I said, the radiator has to be cleaned out. It's got oil in it. It's going to be a mess. Right there, the rack is released from the frame, so I got to double check when I'm working on this. It may move. I got to, before I raise this back up, I'll have to make sure that doesn't move. I'm gonna go up here and clean out the radiator, and I'll check back with you in a minute. Okay, I have started. I've ran it. I've got at least 50 pounds of pressure. It's all good. No leaks underneath. I need to add a quart of oil. I actually gonna have to. It needed 2 quarts. I only had 1 down here. I'm gonna have to go in the morning and get some more. I've used all my oil on all my other vehicles. When you have as many vehicles as I did, oil tends to be used. So this is basically it in a nutshell on this oil leak. I've been chasing that thing for a while. I knew about it a couple years ago. I wasn't exactly sure what it was. These engines are notorious for oil pans and rear main seals and back the plate where the rear main seal goes. I fixed 2 or 3 of them. But this patient's not going to be released tonight. I'm going to go get oil in the morning, and I'll drive it tomorrow. I'm getting tired. It's after 4 o'clock, and I left the lights on. All right, make sure all this is shut off. Good. All right, so close the hood. Make sure there's no lights on underneath there. Yep, no lights. We're good. The battery won't be dead in the morning. So anyway, I'm going to go down. I'm going to put this video together and see what happens. These videos are probably not the best video in the world. I don't know how to do all this stuff. I'm learning on the fly. Like every time I do something, it's learning on the fly. So today was work day. I got greasy. My hands are just covered with, not as bad as they could be, but they are dirty. And this is an oily, nasty, greasy job. I did get to hang out for a couple hours with my granddaughters. That was pretty cool. They come over and played. The little one, she's funny. Both of them are actually. But I'm pretty blessed to have that. Well, anyway, I'm going to head back up the hill. I'm done for the night. I'm going to stick this together and see what happens. See ya. By the way, I just ended that video. Before I do, if you have any comments, like, share, whatever, do it. I just want to know if this thing's going to work or not. Should I quit? I'm kind of having fun doing it, but if nobody's going to watch these videos, look at there, somebody got greasy fingers. Do you see those greasy fingerprints on that door? Man, I tell you, people around here can't have nothing nice. You can't have anything nice in this world. All right, anyway, so I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm heading back uphill again, like the 3rd time today in the last hour. I will hopefully get this place together. By the way, I'll walk over here and show you this, since it's daylight. Sorry. This is my Hello Kitty sawmill. This is my Hello Kitty bike. It runs my chainsaw. Got a 40-inch bar on it. I've cut a lot of cedar on here. As you can see, underneath here, the cedar is getting pretty deep. I need to get back under here and get some cedar cut. I want to make some cedar shelves for in that bathroom in there. I need to get that pile cleaned up. You know what? I got a lot of work to do, but I'm not going to run out of anything to do anytime soon. So this time I'm ending it. Bye.